What's up, y'all? It's your boy Justin J. Matt Matthews, the one and only. Got a real rap raw message for y'all, like Kevin Hart say. Um, I wasn't gonna do this message, but Leslie Wright, you said that I should. Here goes. And about 3 months ago, I was getting ready to watch some football on a Sunday. I come downstairs looking just like this. Made some coffee. Wife's cooking. She looks over at me. She says, "You look like a thug." I said, "What? Why I gotta look like a thug?" Matter of fact, my voice was high. I was like, "Why I gotta look like a thug?" And I thought about that day. I thought about it the next day. I'm like, I gotta say something about it. And the reason being is because it was a it was a statement that tugged on some heartstrings. It really hit a sensitive area with me, and it just brought me back to when I was like going through an identity crisis in life, and I really thought that people viewed me as a thug. Like I really did. Whether that was true or not, I thought that people viewed me in that light. And it was a struggle because that was so far from who I actually am and how I was brought up and how I was raised. And, you know, to be honest with you, typically when you're going through a identity crisis or a tug of war, when you feel like you're being pulled in so many different ways, it has a lot to do with what's going on in your life at the time. The context plays a big role. Where are you in life? Um, who are you around? What type of things are you doing? Who are your friends? What type of messages are you letting into your mind? So all this is like in a pot, and it gets stirred up, and then it evokes all types of different emotions and feelings. And for me, it was a time of insecurity. uh, I wasn't all the way proud of who I was, but I knew I could be better. I knew that there was much more in me that needed to come out for people to see. Um, and perception is reality, but even more important than perception being reality is, what do you perceive yourself? How do you perceive yourself? How do you view yourself? And that's the most important thing. See, when you have the confidence in yourself, it can exude and it just radiates off you. Energy is fluid like water. It flows, and it could be reciprocated, and it is felt. you know you know some people that walk into a room, and the room just feels different. It is something to be said about positive energy, and you have to get that inside yourself before anyone else can see it. And I want to issue a challenge, and that is to put the mirror up in front of yourself. Look inside yourself. Do some self-reflecting, because I know it's really hard to do, especially if people are always praising you, telling you how great you are, and you know you feel like you can't do no wrong. That's not me. Nobody tells me how great I am, and I still have a problem doing some self-reflecting. But I've learned, in order to get to the place where I want to be, I have to work on me. I have to be the best version of me before anyone else can see the improvement. You understand? You have to do some self-reflecting. You have to figure out where your areas of opportunity are. You have to figure out where your strengths or your weaknesses are, and you have to develop your strengths, and you have to work on your weaknesses. No one's going to do this but you. But when you start to work on yourself, when you start to develop the confidence and the high self-esteem versus the low, and you start to really put your finger on your self-worth, everything else falls into place. See, that person that I thought viewed me as a thug from a distance, now that they're right here face to face, and I get to say, "Hello, good morning, how are you? How's your day?" And they say, "Wow, he looked like a thug across the street with his hoodie on and his scully. He looked like a thug with his tank top and his tattoos and his snapback. But this guy is really thoughtful. This guy is really kind. This guy has a good heart. He has a good head on his shoulders." See, but you have to know that inside before anyone else can. So that's just a challenge. I might have said a lot to say a little, but to be honest with you, put the mirror up, start looking at yourself, and start working on yourself so that other people can see the elevation.